What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to talk about Arnold Ebiketie, but if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So in today's video, I would like to talk about Arnold Ebiketie and will Arnold Ebiketie break out this season? Arnold Ebiketie actually was drafted 2 seasons ago by Atlanta Falcons in the second round out of Penn State. Last season, Arnold Ebiketie had 6 sacks for our Atlanta Falcons, 3 tackles for loss, and he started about 6 games out of the 17 games last year. He was mainly used as a rotational pass rusher, and last year we were really deep on the defensive line. We had guys like Grady Jarrett, Calais Campbell, Bud Dupree on the roster, Zach Harrison on the roster. So we had a lot of different guys on the roster. David Onyemata. We were really deep in the trenches. But now that the Atlanta Falcons haven't brought back guys like Bud Dupree, guys like Calais Campbell, I really feel like it's time for Arnold Ebiketie to have a breakout season and for him to step up as he's going into year 3. Usually between years 1 and 2, the player makes a step, takes that step forward. And then from years 2 to 3, usually you see another step. So hopefully for Arnold Ebiketie, he can turn into that pass rusher that we thought he was when we drafted him. I definitely think that Arnold Ebiketie has the skills to be a double-digit sack player. And I really feel like the Falcons desperately need that premier pass rusher, a guy that's going to step up and give us some consistency coming off the edge. And Arnold Ebiketie is one of those guys last year that played really well for our Atlanta Falcons. He did miss a couple opportunities last year where he got to the quarterback and he wasn't able to bring the quarterback down. He had that play in the Arizona game where he was chasing Kyler Murray on, I believe it was 3rd and long or 4th and long, and he lost leverage and allowed Kyler Murray to get outside of him. So I definitely think that Arnold Ebiketie is one of those guys that could break out this season for our Atlanta Falcons and be that 10-sack type of player. But I definitely think that it's time for him to step forward, being that he's now one of the veterans on this team going into year 3. I definitely think that he's one of those guys that's going to have to step up. Even if the Falcons draft a Laiatu Latu, if they draft a Jared Verse or a Dallas Turner, he's going to be one of those guys that's going to have to step up and show those guys the ropes. So I definitely think Arnold Ebiketie has the skills. He is one of those guys that has some pass rush moves in his arsenal. I think he just needs to know when to deploy those moves. I've seen him do spin moves. I've seen him use the cross chop and different moves in his arsenal. But I think at times, he goes inside where he should be containing the outside and preventing mobile quarterbacks from getting outside the pocket. And there's times where he just doesn't make sound decisions. And that's, of course, he's a young player, so you're going to make mistakes. But I definitely think he has the skill set to definitely be one of those guys that could have a breakout season for our Atlanta Falcons. And I definitely look like I'm looking towards him to be that guy that can step up and get us 10 sacks this season. As I mentioned, even if you draft one of those top guys in this draft, I believe in having strength in numbers. And it proved last year that it's best not to just rely on one guy to get you 10 to 15 sacks. You're better off having a gang of guys that can get you between 6 and 10 sacks on the season. And that's what we've seen last year with our Falcons. I believe we had about 42 sacks as a team. And you had guys like Bud Dupree that had 6.5 sacks. You had Calais Campbell give us 6.5 sacks. Arnold Ebiketie gave us 6 sacks last season. So I definitely think that we should adopt that motto with our Atlanta Falcons. I believe you should draft players in the trenches every single season. You can never have enough pass rushers, but I definitely think Arnold Ebiketie could be one of those guys that should be able to get you yearly between 6 and 10 sacks. But I would like to see him get to that double-digit sack number, and also for him to raise his TFLs, meaning tackles for loss. I want to see him play better in the run game. I want to see him more disruptive in the backfield and, getting after not only the quarterback, but being able to penetrate in the backfield and, get some tackles for loss against the running backs and things of that nature. But with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Arnold Ebiketie. Could he possibly be a breakout player for our Atlanta Falcons this season? I definitely think he has the tools to definitely be a big-time playmaker for our Atlanta Falcons. But as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.